Finding peace when there's no second date. Healing parables. Unrequited feelings after a date. One day, a girl named Hanni went to visit her beloved aunt for the weekend. Hanni was upset and shared her worries with her aunt. "Auntie, I feel so bad. Last week, I went on a date with a guy. I really liked him, and through our messages before the date, I started to fall for him. And the date went great. But after the date, he hasn't called or texted me. I don't understand what I did wrong. I'm terribly upset." Her aunt hurried to comfort her niece. "Sweetheart, I understand how hard this is for you. Sometimes, everything on a date seems perfect. Laughter, smiles, and then the person just disappears. It can leave an unpleasant aftertaste, like an unripe persimmon, astringent and bitter. But let's try to figure it out together." Hanni responded, "Of course, let's figure it out. Why does this happen? Everything was so great. I really liked him." Her aunt replied thoughtfully, "There can be various reasons, dear. Maybe you seemed too intense or emotional, and he was looking for a more peaceful relationship. Or maybe the sexual chemistry didn't happen. This is how a person feels when there's a warm, friendly vibe, but no romantic spark. And so, the person decides not to continue the interaction to avoid giving false hope if they sense that your interest is not just friendly. In his view, it's kinder not to continue the acquaintance than to break your heart. All these reasons point to one thing. If there's no follow-up, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's important to remember that it wasn't the whole world rejecting you, just one person." In response, Hanni covered her face with her hands and said, "But it hurts so much, Auntie. I'm starting to think that no one will ever like me, and I'll die alone." Her aunt comforted her again. "Don't extrapolate this one instance to your entire life. You will definitely be happy. If you need to cry, I'm here. It's okay to mourn what didn't happen. Do it now or today. But don't prolong the agony, and don't look for signs where there are none. If a man wants to continue communication, he will find a way to do so. Don't fool yourself with the hope that he just didn't see how amazing you are, Hanni. He probably saw it perfectly well, but your intelligence and humor aren't what he needs right now or ever. And you know, dear, it's not worth going on a crusade against your flaws to immediately fix them." Hanni exclaimed, disagreeing with her aunt. "But why, Auntie? If only I were slimmer, everything would probably work out." But her aunt didn't agree with Hanni and said, "It's not a fact that he would have liked you in a different size, and it's not a fact that you would need this person in a different size." Hanni listened carefully and continued to ponder. "Okay, I look fine, let's say. But what if I really did something wrong? Maybe I'm not good enough? Probably there's something wrong with me? Maybe I said something wrong to him?" Her aunt hurried to soothe Hanni once again. "Don't blame yourself for what happened. Everything was as it was and couldn't have been different on your date. Life is always about now, not a hypothetical future. And I ask you, Hanni, don't devalue your feelings for him. It's normal to fall in love and want warmth and connection. And it's normal to feel sad if the affection is not reciprocated." Hanni covered her face with her hands in despair again. "I want so badly for him to understand how good I am." Her aunt stroked Hanni's back. "You are very good, Hanni. Maybe he did understand that, but your goodness just isn't what he needs. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you. Your need to be loved is also okay. Yes, it didn't work out with this guy, but that doesn't mean you will never have mutual love." Hanni asked her aunt sadly, "But why do I keep ending up in these situations? This isn't the first time I've been upset because a date didn't lead to more." And her aunt responded, Sometimes we get stuck in the same pattern because we don't believe we can be loved. But that's not true. You deserve love, and it will come to you. Just keep believing that and don't give up on yourself. Hanni hugged her aunt tightly. Thank you, Auntie. You always know how to comfort me. Her aunt hugged Hanni back. You're welcome, dear. I'm always here for you. And remember, you deserve happiness and love, and you will find it in time. Take care of yourself and your feelings. The end.